Hello, everybody. It's Bendominator, and welcome back to another episode of the Bendominator podcast. Today, we're on episode 45, and I hope everyone is having a wonderful day today because I know I sure am having a good Monday, so hopefully, everyone is doing well. We just got the release of Chapter 3, Season 2, which is awesome. We're going to be talking about that a ton today. Of course, before we get into that, we'll be talking about the channel and everything. Not really sure how I'm going to do the news segment today. I think I'm just going to replace the news segment with my discussion of Chapter 3 Season 2, because obviously the season just started, so there's not really much news to cover in terms of, like, the season. I mean, there's tons of leaks. We'll go through it. We'll talk about some stuff that could be coming later in the season, but I want to save a lot of that for videos and stuff. But for now, I think majority of this podcast, I'm going to be giving my thoughts on the season. But first up, we are going to be talking about the channel, as we do every single week. This week has been insane. I uploaded 3 commentaries and I did 2 live streams, one of which being the 10-hour live stream for season 2, which was so much fun. That was like an incredible live stream. Probably, I feel like every time I do one of these big events live stream, like, they just get better and better. Like, might be my favorite live stream of all time. Like, I said that last week or not last podcast, but a few podcasts ago with the launch of Brimral Season 6. I said that before with probably like the other 10-hour live stream and a few other things. But man, that was just so much fun. We had a ton of amazing people in there, both in the stream as viewers and both in the voice chat. So it was a really good time. I had a lot of fun during it. And, it was unfortunate though we didn't get to play the season during the stream. Unfortunately, I really like to be able to play the season on those streams, so you can kind of get our first reactions and the first impressions of the season, in like video form. And I didn't like record my first game like I did with Chapter 3 Season 1. So unfortunately, we didn't get that, but I did make a video on my first impressions of the season if you want to hear my opinions on it in a quick, small, short way. But in this podcast, we're going to be going all in depth, giving all my thoughts, with no time restrictions. I don't think it'll take me too long, but it will definitely be quite quite a long discussion on it, I'm sure. So yeah. We also did the predictions video right before the season came out, which I actually got quite a bit right. We'll talk about that a bit later. I actually got quite a few things right in that predictions video. Not like everything, but I got a few things right. So we'll go through that in a second as well. And then we have the ranking every skin from Chapter 3 Season 1, which I think a few skins might have been missing from that, like the Ezio skin and stuff, but I did do the ranking for the tier list. There's no way I would have been able to rank that in an actual, like, proper format, so I did the tier list. It made it a lot easier, a lot faster, and stuff. I also made some progress on my mini BR that I've been making for practice. I haven't done that in a while, and this week, you might even see me live today. I'm going to be making progress on my adventure map due to the new mechanics that they've introduced to movement. So, yeah. Super excited about that. So that is 3 videos, 2 live streams, and yeah, unfortunately, the Season 2 launch kind of overshadowed Brimral. We did play Brimral during the live stream, but there's no update for it recently. But big things are coming soon. We're getting close to the end of the month. I'm just going to tell you guys this right now. April is going to be a big month for Brimral. April's going to be huge for Brimral, so might make a community post about that, teasing that a little bit, but yeah, April is going to be big. April's going to be crazy. So I hope you guys are excited. I know Brimral hasn't been like super hyped up right now. Ever since season 6 launch was crazy. It's been a little softer lately. We haven't been getting updates out as frequently. But promise me, like, the reason is because we've been working on some pretty big things. So I hope you guys are excited for that. Or I said promise me. I meant to say trust me. There you go. Anyway, you can tell I'm still kind of tired. I got 12 hours of sleep last night, but I'm still kind of tired from the 10-hour stream, so bear with me. Bear with me. Still getting back up. It's also Monday, first day after break, so yeah. But anyway, let's talk about the season. First, I want to talk about the predictions. because I'm pretty happy with them. So the first prediction I had is the Origin will be introduced, but not a skin. We did get him as a skin actually, so I was wrong about him not being a skin, but I was right about him being introduced. That wasn't a huge thing though, because he was in the comic like book teasers anyway, so that wasn't like a big prediction. Some of these were pretty obvious. Ion 7 play a big role, obviously that happened. Io trying to take over the island and everything. But the specifically one that I was surprised that I actually got right. I mean, I was pretty confident in this prediction, but after I saw like the map, I wasn't sure. And then I actually went in game, and yeah, there it is. So a new 7 POI that will appear in the desert, replacing the small oasis area. Like, I got that pretty much spot on. I was wrong about it being a mining thing, but still, a named POI in the oasis area in the desert. I'm pretty surprised by that. I did not get the IO POI right, though I will say that the Command Cavern POI makes, like, the additions they made to Covert to make it Command Cavern do make it look very similar to how I was imagining it to look. But we did not get the IO POI in the desert. We did get a new IO POI though. We got the fortress. So technically we did get a new IO POI. It's just not where I thought it would be. And it's not exactly how I thought it was, but it did come with a new mythic. We did get 2 brand new mythics. I think we got 2. I'm not sure if we got more, but I'm pretty sure we got 2. So I was right about that. I was right that helicopters are going to make a return. They have not come back yet, but they're going to. And I was right about weapon attachments, but I was wrong about what they would be. I thought they would be turrets. They're not turrets. They are like rammer things that you put on the front and destroy structures. But I was right that weapon attachments would come out, or not weapon attachments, but cars would be able to support weapon attachments. But not the type I was thinking. So yeah, I was wrong about rework. I was right about Doctor Strange Tier 100, but like most people predicted that, so that wasn't really a big one. But still, I got a lot of predictions right. I think the most I've ever gotten for a season. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. I feel like I could have gone a bit more out there with my predictions, but I didn't. I wanted to play it safe with this season. So yeah, but I did get quite a few right. So I'm happy with that. I think that's my most successful prediction so far. I love doing the predictions video. So yeah, that was cool. That was fun. So now let's go ahead. Let's just talk about this season because, oh my goodness, this season. So going into the season, I was a bit nervous, even before downtime and everything. I was nervous, because I liked Chapter 3, Season 1 so much. I was like, I didn't want them to mess it up. Fortunately, I don't. It's way too early to say whether or not I enjoy this season more. I have a feeling that I might enjoy it more, but I'm not sure. But in terms of like season 2 for Chapter 3, it's good. It's really good. It's really fun. I think it's awesome. So yeah, let's go in depth with this. First, I want to talk about the negatives because there are some things that really, really annoy me right now. And that's mostly just the things they removed. They removed a lot of good things from last season. They removed the weather, which I think they removed lightning storms a long time ago, like just without telling anyone. They just removed the lightning storms, which I guess fair. Like they didn't really do anything, but they were still cool. So like I got to experience a lightning storm like once in Chapter 3 Season 1. So yeah, like they hyped up that weather to like just not have it. And then the tornadoes got vaulted this update, and that's just why did they get removed? Like that was like a big thing, and I thought like why would that be exclusive to season 1 of Chapter 3? Why can't that be that seemed like one of those game innovations that's like weather is a thing now, like how animals were. I seem like one of those things like weather is a thing that's going to be in the game. But they remove the tornadoes and they remove the lightning storms, so we have no weather events anymore. And that sucks. That's just dumb. Especially because I was so excited about the tornadoes specifically. And I was so happy when they came out and when they buffed the spawn rate. And I always got excited when I saw one, and I always thought they were great. And I didn't get tired of them. I thought they were always fun. They caused for some really fun situations, and they're just gone. They're just completely gone. So what was like? It's just I don't know. It just it in turn giving like that makes the game slightly worse. Then you have the removal of other things such as Clombos. Again, not really a point to remove that, especially when you made it such a big deal last season when you added them. They don't like these things don't interfere with anything that's in the game right now. They didn't interfere with anything that got added. So I don't get it. I really don't. The Clombos don't make me as upset as tornadoes being gone, but yeah, it's just why even remove those things? It's like the imagine how like even more fun this season could be if it had those things. And then like certain loot pool things getting removed, like the heavy shotgun, they literally just brought that back and gave it a brand new mode that makes it really fun. And instead of removing the shotguns that people didn't like so much, like the new pump and the auto, they removed the brand new heavy, which is just like I don't know. They added the drum shotgun back, which I love, by the way. I love the drum shotgun. And again, we'll get into positives in a bit because I have a lot positive to say. But I wanted to get the negatives out of the way first because I just some of these things they removed, I don't get it, and it kind of takes away some of my enjoyment. And then like they also removed the brand new SMG, the machine pistol. So yeah, like the machine pistol was hadn't been released for so long. They kind of just added it randomly last season, and I thought it was fun. I mean, I'm not too upset about that, but it's just why? Why are we removing these things? They also removed the pizza item too. And it's just like and they did that and they kept the Stinger SMG. I think it would have been better to remove the Stinger SMG and keep the machine pistol. Because the machine pistol was way more balanced. And again, I don't have a huge issue with the Stinger. I don't think it's as bad as a lot of people say. Personally, I just don't think it's that annoying to go up against. But if you have that many people complaining about it, then obviously, like, it seems like the majority of people wanted it out of the game, or at least nerfed. I have no confirmation on whether or not the stats of the weapon changed. I've been told that it has. I've been told that it hasn't. I don't know, but I think that it would have been the better decision to remove the Stinger and keep the machine pistol. Because the machine pistol was new. It's more fun, in my opinion. And it seems to be more balanced. It also would have made a lot more sense, I think, to remove the auto shotgun. Because we have the drum. So it's like the drum just does what the auto does, but way better. Right? And then just remove the auto and keep the heavy, because that's more unique. Because the heavy was such a unique shotgun. It was so fun. It's just like, I don't know. Certain decisions like that, I really just don't understand. And tornadoes, especially being removed, is just, I really don't get it. I don't get it at all. I don't know. I think if they kept all these things, it could have made the season even better. But with that aside, I am still definitely having a really good time. I just miss a lot of the elements from Season 1 already. Luckily, they didn't really remove any major POIs, so that's a good thing. Because, yeah, I pretty much like all the POIs on the map right now. Except for really the Jonesies and maybe the Daily Bugle. But, like, it's good that they kept all the POIs pretty much. They added some new POIs. The map changes are great. They changed some areas, added some brand new areas. We got 2 new name POIs, like I said earlier. One for IO and one for 7, which I was not expecting when I first looked at the leaks, that those were named POIs, but I'm so glad about that. I feel like you don't see a lot of people talking about that. When's like the last time we got 2 brand new name POIs at the start of a season? Of course, discounting the starts of chapters. But like 2 new POIs already at the start of a season, like that's pretty cool. And they're both in like completely different areas. They're themed differently. They don't have random biomes attached to them. They were put well, like they were well implemented into the map in a way that made sense. and they're good. They're good POIs, especially the uh the the one in the desert, which I'm already forgetting the name of. Sign Up Station. Sign Up Station is great. I can already tell that's gonna be like a main drop spot for me. I love it. So yeah, I mean that's definitely good. The no building is really fun. I'm sad it's gonna be gone in 9 days. A lot of people are saying that it should be like an LTM or like a permanent mode. I think no building should be a permanent mode forever after this point. Um, like not saying it should replace the current mode. I think it should be an option. So like you play BR and you have the option to log or to matchmake into either building or no building. And I think that would be a lot of fun because personally, I like building and I would still play building. Like I'm gonna be happy once building is back, don't get me wrong. But no building like is so less stressful. It's so less stressful and it's so more just it gives you a better I don't know, it just feels more fun at the moment. And like I said, I don't think Fortnite should have building removed forever. I don't think the game is better without it. Um, but I do think that it is a really nice needed change of pace. So I hope that they keep it. I hope that they keep it as an extra mode that you can play when you're just tired of being sweat on in public games, or if you're just wanting a more casual experience. Because to me, the no building mode is pretty much just casual mode. It's like easy mode. Not necessarily saying like the game is much easier like without it. Like you still have to try to get a win. I've gotten like 3 wins this season, but I've played a lot of matches, so it's like you still have to try. But I think that it feels easier and it feels more casual, right? Like you still have to try, but it feels more fun. And not saying like the game should be easy to be fun, but it's like when the game's hard all the time, like it gets tiring faster, you know? Like I get way tired of the game faster when, I have to try my 100% like every single game. Like sometimes I do want to try 100%. Sometimes I go in and I'm like, we're going to win this match. I want to try really hard. I want to like play really well. I want to play super competitively. Sometimes I'm in that mood, but sometimes I'm in the mood to just hang out with my friends and just like goof off. And when you get like in a build fight, it's hard to do that sometimes, It's hard to do that in a build fight. But it's way easier to do that without building. Like without building, it's you get more opportunities. There's also just so many different strategies. It's easier to like flank and stuff. It's a lot more fun to use ARs. It's a lot more fun to use ARs. Uh, it's just you gotta think about your positioning a lot more. You can't just go into the middle of a field. You gotta like think about where's cover. It's not just high ground anymore. It's like where's cover. And even then, like high ground is way more beneficial now. Like if you have high ground, like good luck getting up there. Like it takes people way longer to get up there. If you're above people, it's harder for people to find cover for that. So like high ground is a billion times more important. And like the new mechanics with movement and everything makes it a lot of fun. Jumping onto roofs and stuff and all that kind of stuff, running away and things. It's just great. It's so fun. And it's weird because the season feels like it was designed to not have building. It doesn't feel like they just took building out last minute. It feels like the season was designed to not have building in it. So that's going to be really weird when building comes back. And like, how is building on the Zeppelins going to work? Is that going to be really weird? How is building like against tanks and stuff? And like, it's just, I feel like it's not going to be as fun with building. Like, I feel like this season specifically, like when building comes back, is it gonna make it worse? Like, I don't know. I really don't. Because right now, I think the no building really is in its favor, especially the way the thing is, like the way the season is designed, with the meta, with the zeppelins and everything, and the tanks. It feels like the season was designed to not have building. Uh, and it's like when building comes back, will the AUG be good anymore? Because right now it's great, but when building comes back, will it be good? Will the drum shotgun be good without building? Or with building, my bad. Like, I don't know. These things I'm not sure. So I'm interested to see what happens when building returns. Right now, I am trying to like enjoy every single moment as I can while it's gone. Because once it comes back, I know I'm gonna be sad. And I can already tell that Fortnite is probably not gonna keep it as a permanent mode. Just knowing Fortnite, they probably aren't. Like I don't have a lot of faith in them to do that. But I've seen so many people talk about it, and I've seen so many people ask for it that maybe Fortnite will see the feedback and actually do it, like they did with like keeping the snow. Like, because um, right now, if people hadn't asked for it, the snow would be gone right now. If people didn't ask for it to stay, uh, and the snow is still here. Like surprisingly, the snow is still hasn't melted. I was thinking maybe it was just for the end of the season, but no, season two's here. Snow is still here, so that's good. Uh, Seems like they'll probably keep that forever, hopefully. So yeah, hopefully that is the same with the no building mode, and maybe like if they see the numbers for it too. I don't know, maybe like because it seems like a really great way to get casuals into the game. Because I know a big complaint with Fortnite has been like the skill gap's just too high for a lot of people. Uh, and I think skill based matchmaking is a big problem when it comes to that. But if they could implement a mode like no building that can feel way more fair, in my opinion at least, and it just feels a lot more casual in a sense, then like I don't see the problem in just keeping it as an extra mode, especially because that's gonna widen your audience. That's gonna widen Fortnite audience by a lot. And if they advertise it like that, and the weird thing is they haven't really advertised the no building thing a lot. I think they rely on Twitter and all that kind of stuff to kind of advertise it for them. Like obviously people are gonna talk about that. It's such a big thing. It's not like, oh, Fortnite added a no building mode. No, Fortnite is no building right now. So people are gonna talk about that. I'm hoping that that's their strategy because if that means that people are gonna talk about that, they're gonna share that. Obviously, people are gonna be really interested. They're gonna try it. Maybe they'll really like it, and especially if they're on the more casual side of things, they're gonna really like it. Um, Even people who don't necessarily play Fortnite, they might be intrigued by that. They'll give it a shot within these first 9 days. But then when building goes away, what happens? Like all those people are gonna stop playing. You know, I feel like a lot of those people, if people are being drawn into the game, new players are being drawn in the game because of the no building, and then they bring building back. It just seems like all those players would like just get frustrated and leave, right? So like, wouldn't it be the smart? It would be the smart thing to do. I feel like for Epic to make building a mode permanently, like an extra mode. So I hope Epic realizes that. I really do, because if not, then I'm really gonna miss this. I'm gonna miss it a lot, and I'm gonna be happy when building's back. Don't get me wrong, because I like building. It's fun. Building's great. Uh, but I'm gonna be honest. I'm really gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss the no building when it comes back. So yeah, that was a long rant on the no building. But again, like I said, we're going in depth. We're going in depth with this conversation. Because I wanna give all my thoughts. So yeah, that's my deal with the building thing. With the building thing. It's a lot of fun, for sure, for sure. So we also got a few other things. We got like the mobility. I love this. The different like running and jumping and being able to climb up walls. That's another thing. Like when building comes back, how is that gonna work? Are people gonna be vaulting over my walls to get into my box? That's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be very interesting to see how that plays out. Uh, and just like bursting through doors is hilarious. Uh, the tactical sprint is great, good for mobility. It's just a lot. It's a lot of fun. The shield, the overshield, is like such a good idea that I can't believe I never thought of before. I'm worried that they're gonna take it out with like when building returns. I'm worried they're gonna take it out because like I think it should be in the game all the time because it gives you that amount of time to just like kind of, it's like you don't need the split second like building, because even if you're really good at building, if you get shot and like you get shot from far away, you could get beamed, and like you could build as fast as possible, you're still taking damage. You're still gonna take at least like 20-30 damage if you get shot like by one AR bullet. But the shield, the overshield makes it so that you can afford to take that one bullet. You can afford to take that one or two bullets before you get cover. And in this case, like when building comes back, I would hope that they would keep it because then you'll get that 1 to 2 shots you would be able to react and still keep all your health. Like you'd be rewarded for reacting quicker, because that means you get to keep your health. Your overshield got damaged, but it'll charge back over time. So it's like it's helpful, and also for the beginning of matches. Like I remember I played this one game where I landed on the Zeppelin, and then I got shot by a shotgun from far away, and I was able to escape from the Zeppelin and go to a house nearby, and I had full 100 health because it hit my overshield, and the overshield was able to recharge my health or recharge the overshield, and I had 150 health off the bat. So it's like it protects you from those scenarios that can be very frustrating at times. Like it kind of removes the kind of like shots that may seem kind of more unfair, because like if you're running around and you just get shot out of nowhere, well, you have kind of a buffer zone now, and I really enjoy that because it really helps like make the game less frustrating to me, at least. And it's not even a thing of like skill. It's not like, oh, if you were better at the game, then you wouldn't take that damage, because if you're gliding in or you get shot out of nowhere, like no matter how fast your reflexes are, there's some damage in the game that's just unavoidable. Like getting shot while you're gliding into a location, or getting shot from out of nowhere when you're rotating. Like you could be the fastest builder on Earth, and you'll still take that one bullet if you like out of nowhere. Like especially like if you don't see the person. So like having that buffer zone is like it kind of gets rid of it gets rid of the frustration of being shot when it seems like there was no way to avoid that damage. Because it doesn't matter now. Like if there's damage that's unavoidable to you, you're gonna get that 50 damage buffer zone, and most times it's from an AR, which means you'll most of the time you won't get like extremely like beamed out of nowhere. Uh, and that's still 50 health. Like that's a lot of health. So even if you take some damage to like your health bar, you still get 50 shield on top of that to recover. So I think that's like a game changer, and I hope when building comes back, I hope they keep it. The way they've been talking about it, and like the way they've been advertising it, it seems like it's gonna go away. But again, that makes me also hope for the no building LTM, so that they can keep that overshield in some sense. So yeah, it would also be weird for them to develop like those mechanics just to never use them again. But Fortnite has been known to do that in the past. So yeah, it's interesting. Again, like I do really like the overshield mechanic a lot. I think it gives you like a good protection against some like seemingly unfair damage that you may take. So yeah. Other than that, let's talk about tanks, I guess. Tanks are really fun. Tanks are insane. I don't find them the most balanced thing in the world. Like, I think that they could be balanced a bit better. They can be frustrating to go against, but I don't have a huge problem with it at the moment, especially because they're bringing out some counters to it soon. Like, in terms of news stuff, I'm not going to be talking about a lot of news, but I did want to talk about this. The Anvil rocket launcher. This thing will fire at vehicles, and it will do a ton of damage. So you have that as a counter. You have C4 as a counter. Pretty much any explosive item you have as a counter. So there are counters to it, for sure. Which I'm excited about. And I think that the Anvil rocket launcher is going to make it a lot better. But I do think that they could be nerfed slightly, maybe. I think the main problem I have with it is just that, like, their health is fine. The damage on the explosive is fine. The minigun shot, though, the minigun on top of it, it's so much fun to use, but it's super fast. It does like 35 damage per shot. It has really long range. I think damage drop off needs to be something that is implemented with that weapon, because it doesn't seem to have any damage drop off. It seems to be like 35 damage no matter how far you are. And if it does, then the damage drop off should definitely be shorter. Because, yeah, I haven't been killed by the minigun that much myself, but I've been kind of shredding with it, and I think it's a bit powerful. Not sure how it's going to work with building if the damage to structures is going to be that bad, but I do think that's like the main mechanic of it. And then like the damage to the vehicle is not that, like, I feel like the vehicle itself doesn't have too much health, but I think they could lower it a tiny bit. But it is pretty easy to destroy. It's not that hard to destroy, especially if you have C4 and the explosives, and once they release the brand new Anvil rocket launcher. It's going to be crazy, so I don't think it's that big of a deal, because they are really fun, and I'm excited about them. I'm sure they're going to be removed next season. I feel like they will. I think this is like one of those vehicles that's only going to be around for the season, but I like it a lot, and I like it a lot more than a lot of the vehicles that were introduced last chapter. I like it way more than I did the UFOs and stuff, so way better than the mechs, you know. Not as much as the planes, but they're still a lot of fun. There's also leaks that the helicopters will come back, which is crazy. Cars have brand new attachments. Battle buses will be coming out soon. Like, this is going to be the season of vehicles, which is another reason why building being in the game might make the season worse, because the vehicles are a lot more fun and a lot more viable when there's no building. Because when I get in a vehicle, I don't have to worry about the fact that I can't build anymore, you know? Or that I can't build, at least when you're driving it and shooting with it. I'm sure the passengers will still be able to build while you're driving, but it's not really ever that beneficial to you to do that anyway. So that's why, another reason I'm hoping they keep the no building mode as a separate mode, because I feel like the vehicle fights are much more fun without the building. So yeah, tanks are great. Tanks are awesome. So much fun. Other than that, what I talked about the map. I feel like I talked about pretty much everything I wanted to cover for the season. Again, I made a first impressions video if you want a more concise version of that, but I think that's pretty much all my thoughts on the season that I really wanted to get out of the way. Of course, I didn't talk about everything, but I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about. In terms of questions, I did do the question prompt like way too late. I'm recording this podcast earlier than I normally do, so I forgot to do the question prompt, so we're not going to do that today. We've already been recording for about 30 minutes, so I think I'm going to leave this episode here, but overall, I love this season. I think it's great. Not sure how it compares to last season, because it's only been a day. But overall, I'm really enjoying it. Like I said, there are some weird things that they removed that I don't really understand that kind of make it a bit worse. Like, it just makes some things being removed makes the game a bit less fun. Because when you add something that's fun and then you get rid of it, it doesn't feel great, you know? It doesn't feel great for the player. But overall, they added a bunch of amazing things that definitely make it more fun. So it kind of outweighs it. But overall, I think it's a good season. I'm really excited about it. I'm really interested to see where it goes. There's a lot of things that are seen in like the trailer and the leaks that I'll probably make a video on, talking about everything that'll be coming to the future of the season. But for now, I think I'm going to leave that here. So thank you guys so much for watching this podcast episode. If you guys enjoyed it, be sure to leave a thumbs up. Subscribe if you are brand new, because I make podcasts every single Monday. And you can also use my supporter creator code Bendominator in the Fortnite item shop #@. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Have a great rest of your day, and goodbye.